Girl, hindi talaga mawawala sa isang video na nalolobat yung camera ko. Ano ba yan? Okay. Hi guys, welcome to my space. I'm Natalie. And for today, we're going to review or talk about the books that I've read during April. I'm sorry for the lack of effort and your girl really said earrings are enough. I have here my coffee clay earrings. Coffee bean. It's really cute. And it matches my color palette for today. Okay, the first book that I've read is The Girls I've Been by Tess Sharp. It was about a daughter of a con artist. This is a mystery thriller. She and her friends got caught up in this bank robbery in a heist, and they didn't know that she got this strong-willed power because of what she learned from being a daughter of the con artist. Because of course, her mother was bringing her along. We get why it's called The Girls I've Been, because she has been a lot of girls in her past, and I like how it was structured, or how we get to know these girls. She had a really bad past, emotional, physical, sexual abuse, and all that. So make sure if you want to read this, make sure to check the trigger warnings. And for me, I like it, but not so much, because since it's a con artist novel, I don't think it has anything unique to offer, and that's really common, nothing really shocking or something. I just didn't like the writing that much, because it was the author is really telling you that this girl is unbeatable. So next I have Perfume by Patrick Suskind. It's translated from German. This is my first classic ever, so are you proud of me? I finished it. I have bookmarks here because I'm going to give this to my friend. She really loves Perfume. We've watched the movie together, and I didn't connect with it that much in the movie, so I realized maybe I would like it better in a book form, which I really love reading. So yeah, I like it better in this form. So here we have the story of a murderer. Grenouille has this special sense that he can smell a specific scent, and even from afar, or this book, for example, he can distinguish every single scent in an object. And so he used that scent to develop skills on how to preserve scent, because he himself doesn't have a human scent. He wants to have that scent, so he wants to acquire scent from and if I say much, I would spoil it to you. And so I like the commentary or something about death, humanity, life, about it's so beautiful actually. But I really had a hard time reading it. There's barely any dialogue. And if you really like Perfume or reading about processes on how to do something, you will like this, because it digs deep into the process of how oil helps in preserving the scent, something like that. Next, I read You Have a Match by Emma Lord. After that hard-to-read book, I had to pick up something really easy to get into. We follow here Abby. She signs up into this DNA test something because her best friend, who is also her crush, tried this DNA test also. So she went along with it, and turns out she has a long-lost sister. But that long-lost sister is an Instagram model, a social media influencer. That happened to me. I wouldn't know how to act around them. I wouldn't know even how to treat them as my sister. Here we follow why they are separated, and also her realizations or journey as she tried to work out her relationship with her best friend, because she didn't really want to ruin their friendship. I like how her best friend is Filipino born. It talked about Filipino culinary dishes, and and also a queer relationship here, so I really like that. Because of the straight romance, I had to have like queer somewhere in there. You know, it's really simple, but also if you don't want like something common, and like some parts were really cringy, really immature. Like I didn't mind. I gave this 5 stars. I read this at the right time. I was having a hard time. I was stressed, and it's just a fresh. And it was just fresh to indulge in. This is actually the last book that I read for April, but I'm going to talk about it first. We have The Prince and the We have The Prince and the Dressmaker by Jen Wang. It's a graphic novel. I'm so happy that I got a physical copy of this. I'm so glad that one of the bookshops that I'm following on Shopee has this one. The art style is really cute. And nag-review na no? Wait lang. Anyway, this talks about a prince who dresses up as a girl at night. He wears gowns, he wears wigs. The dressmaker makes that dresses for him. We follow how this secret will be kept, or I think it's just a really cute story. The ending was really great, and it's really very young, very innocent, and I really like the art style. The color palette, I swear. It fits. I've read some reviews that they think it's not queer enough, but it is definitely in the spectrum of LGBTQIA, so I really like it. It's like a good presentation of like how cross-dressers are, or like androgynous people. Oh my gosh, how could I forget it? I also read and watched Heartstopper by Alice Oseman because I want to jump in on the bandwagon of reading it before watching the series. I only read it from the webtoon app. The physical copies are gone. I like it. I like everything about it. I like the representation and how the high school life is, and like the LGBT representation. It was so wholesome, so fluff. And I like it. Last, I want to talk about this non-fiction book. This is the first non-fiction that I've ever read. It also has a discussion guide that I will answer myself. I didn't body read this with anyone, or it wasn't like a book of the month or something in a book club, but I just really want to talk about it myself and share it with you guys, so maybe you will also think about it and maybe you would like to read it. We have Eating Animals by Jonathan Safran Foer. This talks about how bad the meat industry is, the factory farming, how it contributes to environment and to a lot of stuff. If you think you know already how cruel the industry is, you will realize it more in here. It really gives the details, or like the process on how these animals are taken care of, how they are transported, how they are processed, and how they are brought into our plates. It was like uncomfortable to read. It was disgusting. It was depressing. It's so informative and well researched and well organized. Like it has different chapters, and the different chapters has like headings. I actually like how the author worked hard on interviewing different people of the different sides of this industry. Like, not only did he interview those people who are against this industry, but he also gave us like a perspective on why people are working in these slaughterhouses, or like why are the methods that they use this way, or like how there are alternatives like family farming. And just like that, you have a different set of opinions, and you will have like the freedom to choose what action you will take from that information that you have read. I will go answer some of the questions in the discussion guide part, because I just think it will give me and you more thoughts about this one. So first, we need a better way to talk about eating animals. We need a way that brings meat to the center of public discussion, in the same way it is often at the center of our plates. What does Fower mean by this? Do you agree with him? As much as kinakain natin siya sa araw-araw, dapat napapag-usapan din natin kung bakit tayo nag-come sa ganitong routine na we eat animals, and we haven't really thought about how they are placed in our on our plates. Me, for myself, like, hindi ko naman ever naisip na, these animals that I'm eating have gone through so much only for me to eat them. Kasi syempre, pag-usapan muna, like, we have to be aware why this is happening. Because we really have a lot of influence in this. And eating animals really has a lot of influence in, like, our daily life. What are some of the challenges of being vegan or a vegetarian? Does where you live matter? Yes. Actually, this is like a part of my review kasi this book is like really US-centric. It really talks about how US has a big part on how we consume food. Like globally, US has a very huge part on the animal industry or in the meat industry. But like, hindi gaanong nasabi na how will other people take this information in and how will they act on it. Kunyari ako, I don't think I can like really go pure vegan or vegetarian kasi I'm in the Philippines, I'm in a developing country, and mas mahal ang gulay and mahal maghanap ng vegan alternatives. Like, for me, I am uncomfortable about this information. But like, I can tell my whole family to buy alternatives for me because we live together, and at imbis na sama-sama kaming like kumakain ng same food, I have to prepare for myself. I have to buy groceries myself, and like that's expensive unless you can convince your whole family to go vegan or go vegetarian. So that's why I think in the first question, it's first important to talk about it, to discuss it with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones. I think that's the major challenge of going vegetarian or vegan in my country. So like it's more of, if you read this book and you're like privileged enough to change your lifestyle and contribute to the solution, you should do it for the consideration of those people that can't really do it, you know. The third question, were there any facts cited in eating animals that shocked you? If so, what were they? Kunyari yung sa, okay, like trigger warning, abuse again. Yung sa chickens, there are like two types of chickens na inaano sa industries, like broilers and layers. So, layers are those that naglilay ng eggs. What if yung layer is lalaki? So, what happens then? Kasi hindi siya makakapag-lay ng egg. Ang gagawin is, as a chick, they will get destroyed. Ilalagay sila sa isang container, tapos masasuffocate sila. Or like, hihigupin sila ng tube, and then, pupunta sa somewhere, and then madidestroy sila. Oh, also yung turkey, I didn't know na turkeys are like genetically modified, na hindi sila makakapag-produce sexually on their own unless like breed sila. Okay, I think another one that I want to point out. According to the UN, the livestock sector is responsible for 18% of greenhouse gas emissions, around 40% more than the entire transport sector combined. So imagine, 40% more than the transport, and like we are told na we should take public transport and everything to save the environment. But like really, the livestock sector, 18% ng greenhouse gas emissions that contribute to climate change. You know? Girl, hindi talaga mawawala sa isang video na nalulobot yung camera ko. Ano ba yan? If ever basahin nyo to and you feel the pressure to do that, ako personally, I have to. But also, I can't. Maybe in the future, pag mayaman na ako, or pag marami ng choices here in the Philippines, I would be open to solving this problem in the meat industry. And for now, I can only do so much. I've been searching for vegan recipes that are affordable, or like I think that are available near me. So maybe I can just start by exploring that. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and make sure to follow me or befriend me on Goodreads, and you may also follow me on Instagram, though I don't really post much book content there, but it's there. It will be in the description box below. Watch out for my next videos. I really have interesting stuff coming up on the next few weeks, so bye.